You know why I love comments like this? Because I see them as an opportunity to educate. Now there are two issues here. The first one being that I'm not encouraging women to pursue what they want. That couldn't be farther from the truth. I'm encouraging women to know their worth. Because when you know your worth, you're able to stop pursuing and start attracting. And the second issue with this is you expecting women to chase you. It's this lazy fuckboy attitude that not only leads to disrespecting women, but is why a lot of people have a hard time dating in 2021. And I guess I'm just lucky enough to know the difference between chivalry and the bare minimum. But since I do, I'm gonna continue encouraging my followers to assert their standards, not settle for anything less. Okay? Good day, sir.
There's no way to make one.
My man, you need to run. You need to run.
Here I am again, another breakup. But honestly, it's empowering knowing that I can walk away when I'm not getting what I deserve. Because I don't need a man, I just want one. And I really thought this one was it. But I'll be okay, because somehow, even after being hurt so many times, I'm still capable of love. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. And hey, maybe I was their lesson. Maybe they needed this for their development too. And right now, I'm pouring all of that love back into myself, into my friends, into my life. But I'm not giving up on romantic love. I still believe in it, so I'll keep loving. And if I exist, my equal counterpart has to exist too.
Does anybody else find it weird that the Bop House, the girls in there wear children's pajamas, they still have braces even though their teeth are perfectly straight and probably should have come off 2 years ago, and also, they added a 17-year-old girl to the house. Does that not rub anybody weird?
I'm seeing on social media a lot these days of Australian girls talking about how modern day Australian guys aren't approaching them anymore.
I think chivalry is very quickly... Guys are sort of forgetting the old school mentality. And I think if you see a girl out and you're both making eye contact and there's some smiles, if she hasn't approached you within the first 15, 20 minutes, go up to her, because that's her way of saying, I'm not doing that. Like, you come up to me, you hit on me. 9 times out of 10, a girl's not making consistent eye contact with you if she's not interested in you. And same is said for if a girl isn't interested. If you're looking for eye contact and she's not looking at you, she's not interested.
So I think a big thing here is picking up the signs.
Yeah.
You need to be aware of what's happening around you.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Can someone please tell me what happened to the men that approached women? What happened? Because a guy will look at you all night, make eye contact, follow you when you go to a certain place, but then not approach me, not ask for my number, nothing. So, just want to say, for Valentine's Day, I'm going out with my girlfriends. Men, if you're listening, if you're looking at this video, if a girl is out with her girls, there's a high chance, I want to say 95% chance that she's single. So approach her, please. One more thing, if she's not making eye contact with you, then she probably just wants to hang out with her girls, so don't approach her, leave her alone. And yeah, that's it. Good night.
Girls tell guys exactly what they want with subtle hints. Example, I have left these flowers here for 3 weeks. They've been here on the table for 3 weeks, and I've been thinking, my boyfriend passes this table 6 billion times a day. He sees this 6 billion times a day. One of these times he's gonna pass by and think, the flowers they're crumbling all over the table. I think it's probably time to replace the flowers. I was sadly mistaken, as Justin Bieber said. I was sadly mistaken, and now I have to throw these flowers away, and I'm gonna probably get new ones for myself. I just feel like that was the most subtle hint I could have possibly left.
You know what your man's actually probably thinking is that you must really like those flowers because you're keeping them for a long time, and he's not gonna touch them because you must really like them. Or he didn't even notice the flowers were there. Now, what he might notice is an empty vase with nothing in it. Maybe a little bit of water. Maybe try that. Or maybe just tell him what you want and don't make him read your mind.
I made a video over the summer last year and it went viral, and it was talking about how all women had to do was smile to look approachable. Okay, if you wanted to be approached, you cannot sit there and just be mean mugging You have to smile and look presentable and look like you are somebody that is safe to approach. You know what I mean? So ladies, just give a big old smile. And it's a practice. It is a practice, I will admit. I have practiced for quite some time, some years, to like smile in public, and to just look happy, because I feel happy, but I don't look happy. So then it's like, if a guy was even remotely interested, I would hope that my guy would still like just go for it. But if it would help, just give a little.
Love me as I am. That phrase sounds really beautiful until as I am becomes an excuse to stay unhealed. Because love does not mean someone has to tolerate every unhealthy pattern you refuse to work on. In marriage, acceptance and growth are supposed to exist together. Your husband or wife should absolutely feel loved for who they are. But that doesn't mean they should have to live with these same unresolved behaviors forever. Real love says, I accept you. But mature love also says, I am willing to grow so our relationship can be healthier. Growth is not rejection. Accountability is not control. It's actually one of the clearest signs that you care about the people who love you. Because when you love someone, you don't just ask them to accept you. You care enough to do the work, so loving you does not become exhausting.
When you're about to do squats, but a creep behind you is staring, visibly uncomfortable. You ain't got no business being uncomfortable because somebody's staring at you when you're dressed like that. You're at the gym, for God's sake. Why is your ass more than half of your outside for everybody else to see? And then you're gonna say you're uncomfortable because people are looking at the that you failed to cover up. Maybe not failing to cover it up, but more so purposely not covering it up. Y'all women, you go out, you seek attention, and the moment you start getting the attention, it's a problem. Now these guys who are looking at you are creeps. I never understood why y'all are at the gym looking like that anyway. Because you're there to work out. You're not there to show ass and show tits. And I also don't understand how y'all are even allowed in the gym looking like that. If anything, y'all are in there making everybody else uncomfortable.
I think another component to men being generous, or the component, the key that unlocks generosity in a lot of men, is respect, right? A man is going to open up doors. He's going to pull out chairs. He's going to be a gentleman to somebody that appreciates what he's doing, right? But if you're going to act like he's stupid, like he's silly, you're going to mock him for doing these things, then he's going to stop. At some point in time, I know you guys think it's funny. I know modern women think it's funny to do this type of stuff, but you need to start showing the man a little bit more respect than you do now.
He don't want that right there. He ain't coming like that. It's just, that's too, that's a woman thing.
Okay, so tell me this. How do men generally, in your opinion, feel about a woman who is like upfront about her feelings and her intentions? Like if you start dating a woman and instantly she's talking about like, I'm really feeling you, I can see myself marry you.
That's gonna scare the shit out that nigga. I'm gonna tell you, right? Anything he gonna be, I don't know. Most fellas gonna be scared. Oh, hell nah. Gotta get away from her clique ass. She talking about she wanna marry me. I ain't even met her mama yet. I ain't met nobody. Like, no, that's too much for some men.
So you don't think it's subjective to how you feel about the woman? Like, what if you almost feeling the same way?
That's why I said,
appreciate her being upfront about that? Or is it still like you don't want her to come on too strong in the beginning?
I'm just saying, most of the time, and most men they don't want that woman coming off like that. That's scary. That's scary.
If men didn't exist, there'd be no war, there'd be fewer crimes, there'd be less, there'd be fewer billionaires. It strikes me as funny that the majority of individuals that make this type of content that think that the world would be so much better without men are obviously not students of history or the human condition.
There'd be less homelessness, there'd be equal pay, there'd be less oppression, there'd be less poverty, there'd be universal health care. All the money used to fund the military would instead contribute to free education.
Sadly, it is often the most uninformed individuals that often speak the loudest.
And affordable housing, livable wages, and environmental efforts. Period products would be free. There'd be no need for birth control and all of its side effects. There'd be no need for women's rights or Me Too movements.
It's amazing how blind a person can be when they actually believe that men are the root of all evil, and seemingly they don't think that women can do any wrong.
There'd be no debate. Toilet seats would never be left up. There'd be more self-love. There'd be less body shaming.
What? More self-love and less body shaming if men didn't exist? Yeah, it doesn't seem like they've experienced much of reality, because in my experience, it's usually women that do the most of that, not men. But again, let's go on.
The world in general would be safer, cleaner, and more comfortable. Land would be shared, not stolen. There'd be less hate, and there'd be less fear. Let me know if I missed anything, and try telling me that I'm wrong.
A person doesn't really actually have to try that hard to point out how egregiously incorrect it is to say that half of the human population does all the wrong while the other half can do nothing wrong. I'll just leave that there.
How the heck am I single? Dating in 2026 is pretty much impossible. It's not that I can't get anyone, it's the fact that guys do not want to make an effort anymore. Like, I just go through all these talking stages, which last about a day, and then it just fizzles out. They'll add me on Instagram, they'll react to my stories, they'll send me fire emojis, try to get my attention, get their little ego boost, but they will never plan a date. Everyone's talking to everyone, they have a million other options, and it's just overwhelming. I can't be bothered. It's too hard, and I just don't even want to waste my energy on this anymore. Like, I have 0 talking stage left of me. I've had enough. It's like no one really wants to settle for anyone these days because they always think there's someone better because we have so many options. But at the same time, I think most of us are actually going to end up being alone because of that. So it's sad what the world is coming to. So I'm just going to focus on me and protect my peace. Very cliche. But what else can I do? I mean, I'm not going to waste any more time looking for someone because I just end up getting frustrated and upset.
Wives, I really do not think you realize how much power you have in your touch. I am so serious. You put your hand on your husband's chest when he walks by. He is going to think about that for the next 3 hours. You grab his arm in public. He stands a little bit taller. You sit next to him and put your hand on his leg. Instant good mood. You are sitting next to him in the passenger seat and put your hand on the back of his neck while he's driving. He will absolutely love it. You hug him before work and don't let go right away. That man is smiling all the way to his truck. Men act tough, but they are so simple when it comes to the woman that they love. They just want to feel wanted. They want to feel liked. They just want to feel like their wife is happy to be with them. You want to know one of the easiest ways to make your husband feel like a king? Touch him first. Not when he asks for it, not when he's had a bad day, just randomly for no reason because he's yours and you love him. I'm telling you, wives really underestimate the power of their touch.
Here's why, as a man, you should never ever approach a woman that you have interest in. Let me explain. We live in a world right now where the attention and the amount of options that majority of women have is far superior to the amount of attention and the amount of options that you have. So here's what I mean by that. Even if you are, let's say, like a celebrity as a guy, like you could have a bunch of followers and you can be known for a bunch of things and you could be really popular and all this stuff. On average, you will still probably have less options than a beautiful woman, even though you have super high amounts of social status and everything that comes along with it. Here's what I can tell you. Women who have very high interest in you, they will approach you first. They will find a way to talk to you first. They will find a way to follow you first on social media. They will find a way to convince one of their friends to walk up to you in the bar or in the house party or whatever and say, hey, my friend has interest in you. She thinks you're really cute. They will find a way to get to you first. And I'm going to tell you this. These are the women who are choosing you, and the women who choose you, you naturally by default are satisfying hypergamy. The problem with approaching is as soon as you approach, you have given away some of your leverage. And once you give away that leverage, you you open yourself up to deeper level manipulation and games. And then what happens is oftentimes the woman that you had interest in, she loses interest in you because you've given away that leverage. Hypergamy is not satisfied. Now she questions your value, and now she exits. This is just one of the cheat codes that I can tell you. Improve yourself to the highest degree possible to make yourself the most attractive option possible, so that way she has a reason to choose you and pursue you first.
A lot of women continue to ask, why doesn't a man ask me out? Why won't a man come up and approach me? Why won't a man just grow a pair and come approach me? Well, because I could get called a creep. I could be recorded and put on blast. I could lose my job. My reputation could be ruined. Those are all big things for me. I don't think modern women understand that a man can spend literal decades building his reputation, building his word to where around town and in his network, he's somebody that's respected. And so now that I've built what I've built, I don't necessarily have to have everything written up in contracts and stuff. People trust me because of who I am, because of my character. And modern women just throw that away, just willy-nilly, just nonchalant. Oh, he did this to me and he touched me in this manner, and the man never even did it. And it's not until years later, after you destroyed the man's reputation and he didn't darn near lost everything, that you come back and say, hey, I apologize. I was just going through something at that point in time and my bad. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's why you're not getting approached. That's why you're not getting asked out, because men are anticipating that you're going to do that. And you haven't done anything to dispel that. As a matter of fact, a lot of modern women say, yeah, I will do that. Now what? Well, what is I'm not going to be approaching you. That's what.
First off, after your divorce, did you get any therapy?
Yes.
All right. Why did you and your first husband divorce? Who filed for divorce? Who filed for divorce? Who filed for divorce?
It was me.
Who filed for divorce? Who filed for divorce? Who filed for divorce?
Can't necessarily.
Who filed for divorce? Thank you. It's not a very hard question. You filed for divorce. You picked him. You married him. You picked him and you filed for divorce. Like I said, again, you can't make this. You didn't pick the right the first time. You should have been picking somebody without a job, getting married, and then you wrecked your own home. You left a man who didn't have a job. You knew what he was. I don't care. God damn. Okay. This is what I mean. This is why I say college educated, independent, earner, making these kind of decisions, and you're better off if a man be able to direct you. But this is the first go around. You said you had therapy. If you work the program process, you should be making better decisions afterwards. And now you're in a relationship for 4 years and you still ain't married. The only common denominator in all this chaos is you. The man doesn't want to marry you. Now, it's either one of two things. One, does he want to get married? Are you a wife? A man who wants to get married, they snap women up who are wives like this. Women who are truly wives, men rush to pull them off the market.
Trust and believe. I've been proposed to several times. I feel the same.
That did not make your case any better.
Women, we have to start pursuing men. So I seen a post and a guy was saying that like 5-6 years ago that the men was all trying to approach the ladies and they didn't want them. And so the men leveled up and now women have to approach men. And I really think this is a great idea. I think that when we go outside, we need to start hollering at them. Hey, you with the red shirt and bald head, come here. Then when they come, be like, you just got a beautiful smile, man. I love that on you. I love that red on you. Fish your tone. What's your number? Get the number smashed on first night. Smash on first night. Then we're going to call them a hoe. We're going to block them too. We're going to do the tap. We're going to be like, hey, your Uber outside. And then after that, we're going to go around and be like, man, that is a hoe. I smashed first night with that man. Hell yeah, he a hoe. He a hoe. And then we got to, when we gotta make sure men really gotta play their part if we're gonna play the game. I need them to be calling other men with screenshots. I need them to be like, man, look, I talked to her too. We're gonna say we don't know neither one of them to be for real. I don't even know who that is. Like, I was with Nia. I was with Nia. We was outside playing dice on the court. Oh, believe whatever you want to believe at this point. You know what? I just need to work on myself. I kind of miss my grandma sometimes. Like, I feel like I've been waiting to do this all my life. I feel like this is gonna be fun. This is, yeah, we're gonna shine.
Can you live in peace with a man? Can you submit to a man? Can you play the background?
When you say play the background, what do you mean play the background?
Play your natural role.
My natural role in being a wife?
Yes, the background.
I don't think a natural role as a wife is in the background.
Show me where in the world a natural wife is in front.
She's not in front, but she's beside.
No, she's not.
Why she's not, Kevin?
Are you out of your French toast mind?
Don't do that now, Kevin. I'm just giving you my opinion.
Okay, well, when a burglar comes, are you standing side, when somebody's coming to break in the house, are you side by side beside your husband? Or are you standing behind him because he's going to have to take the bullet?
To be honest, I'm standing beside my husband.
Then you out of place.
Why am I out of place?
Oh my
God. Tell me
how,
am I too masculine for it?
Oh my God. Oh yeah. I'm telling you why you're out of place.
Tell me.
Your place is behind your husband guarding the children.
But who says there isn't a man that's willing to take me for him to...
1 in 4 of you will marry. I mean, look, ma'am, the stats don't work for your argument. Prior to 1965, black people were married at a rate of 80%. You go out to any cemetery, you'll see a black man buried next to a black woman. Mm-hmm. But you go after 1990 and you'll start seeing black women buried around her children.
Why is that?
Because y'all are unruly, unsubmissive, and out of line.
And a lot of these modern women, they like to keep their options open. Like I said, I was talking to a woman the other day, or I was responding, and kudos to her for taking accountability. Kudos to her for taking accountability. She said, I wanted to see how things went, because you never know, but yeah, you're right. I should have, the man that I liked, I knew I liked him. I should have stayed with him, and I should have canceled the date and let that man save his money. You never know, but I should have done that. So kudos to you for taking accountability. But a lot of these modern women, they don't. They sit up and waste a man's time. Oh, I got options. I'm in here. I'm in there. I'm with this guy. I'm with that guy. I got a roster. All these other nonsense situationships. Buckle down and pick the guy that you like. Period. I mean, man, you got guys going out here, and if you know you're going to date this guy and date that guy, what's wrong with going to coffee? I'm trying to get to know you to see if I like you. Let that man spend $10, $15, maybe even $20 and get out of Dodge if you don't like him. I mean, shoot, we got to start making dating for everybody. It's got to be attainable and achievable for everybody. But modern women acting the way they act, it ain't but a few can do it. High value, quote unquote, high value men, really, honestly, high earning men that make a lot of money. Oh yeah, man, we can go here, we can go there. And then that man not going, if that man has that kind of cachet, you have to play by his rules. You don't want to do that. So let's play by some other rules. Let's compromise. Where you get what you want, and I get what I want. How's that sound?
You've been acting off lately.
I've been noticing a pattern.
What pattern?
I help with bills, school stuff, groceries, all of it. But the second I have an opinion about your son...
Because that's not your role.
Then what is my role?
You're my partner. You support us.
Support how? Financially only?
Don't make it sound like that.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
I'm his mother. I decide how he's raised.
I'm not trying to replace you. I'm saying if I'm involved, I should be allowed to speak.
You are allowed to speak.
No, I'm allowed to agree.
You're taking this way too far.
No, I'm being consistent. You can't ask me to take responsibility and then draw a line when it comes to input.
It's my child. That line stays.
Then the responsibility should match that line too.
So now you're keeping score?
No, I'm setting boundaries.
A real man wouldn't think like that.
A real man wouldn't be asked to show up and then be told to stay quiet.
You're making this about control.
I'm making this about balance. If I'm expected to help raise him, then I need a voice in how that happens.
And if I'm not okay with that, then we're not actually building anything together.
Because right now it's a one-way setup. I carry the responsibility, but I'm locked out of the decisions.
Crazy that so many women get so offended when a man's love language is physical touch, but those same women are the ones that expect men to accept them for their love language being gift giving, but then get mad at him for calling her a gold digger. And let's be so for real, these are the same women that claim they're so emotionally intelligent, but if you're so emotionally intelligent, then you would understand that physical touch is not just physical touch is hugs, holding hands, rubbing his back, rubbing his head, making him feel good, rubbing his shoulders. The only women that are gonna get mad about a man's love language being physical touch are the women that don't understand what true intimacy is. These are also the same women that will tell you all day long, intimacy starts outside of the bedroom. Intimacy is something that happens all day long. And you know that about yourself, so why is it that when it comes to your husband or your boyfriend, all of a sudden you don't think that physical touch is more than just you expect these men to show up for you emotionally and be emotionally in tune with you every single day, but you're not going to show any type of affection or admiration or even touch him because you think somehow he only wants from you. A lot of these women are the same exact women that have a love language that is gift giving. So when a man calls you a gold digger, is that not the same thing? I can't stand these double standards because how can you say on one hand that that man is a gold digger, but then on the other hand, when he wants his needs met, now he, only wants from you. Let's be so for real, the only women that care about gift giving are the women that are freaking broke, because when you can buy it yourself and you're a self-sustaining woman, you don't need to be out here on the top of your rooftops yelling, talking about buy me this, buy me that, take me on a yacht. I expect the whole 9 for my birthday month. Okay, bye.
What are we supposed to do about lots of girls saying they don't want to be approached at all in public? First of all, I think you meant to say women, but we'll let that one slide for now. And I don't know who all these women are, because the vast majority, if not every single woman I've spoken with, wants to be approached in public again, opposed to just relying on online dating. The key is that you as a man have to have more attentiveness to the nuances of the situation, right? It all depends on when you do it and then how you do it. So first of all, when? Never approach a woman when she's working out. Just let her work out. Never approach a woman when she's in a potentially vulnerable situation, i.e. at night, walking to her car, taking public transit, and also when she's very clearly in a rush. I think that goes for both genders. It's just common courtesy. And then secondly, how? Be respectful. Say, hi, excuse me, give them a compliment, ask for the time, start some small talk, whatever. And then if/when they say they're not interested in you or show it very clearly with their body language, back off. Don't push it. No one's gonna get mad at you for respectfully approaching a stranger in public and then leaving them alone when they want to be left alone. That's fine. No one's gonna cancel you or whatever for that. The problem is some men don't seem to understand this. And if you can't get it through your head that you have to be respectful and a little bit more aware of what's going on before approaching a woman in public, then I can't help you, because you have brain damage, most likely from playing football.
Ladies, the proverbial shots have been fired and the men are not taking it lying down. They are clapping back and they are saying that this is actually something that they shouldn't even have to say. It should be common sense. But please don't shoot the messenger. I'm just relaying back to you what the men have been telling me for the past decade. They do not mind pursuing. They do not mind taking the lead. They do not even mind initiating. What they don't want to have when it comes to dating is a one-sided situation. Most of their worst fear is that they pursue and they are labeled a creep. What you have to understand is that the Me Too movement had a powerful, powerful impact. It made men realize they cannot just approach women willy-nilly. They learned that not all their advances were wanted. And they are saying, look, we hear you. We need you to make very abundantly clear that the coast is clear to pursue. They're not looking for the women to step up and pursue, as some women have said. You know, they just want a woman to chase them and they want a woman to pursue them and they just want to be the girl in the relationship. Not what they're looking for. They are looking for you to remain squarely in your feminine energy, but they are looking for reciprocity. He's not looking for you to jump into the driver's seat, the masculine seat, and take over the wheel. He's simply asking you to participate from the passenger side. Be a co-pilot, so to speak. All right? Imagine he was a dog barking up the tree. He wants you to look down and say, yes, sir, you are barking up the right tree. No man who actually values himself and has self-respect is going to incessantly pursue a woman who is not giving him the signal that his interest is wanted, okay? That makes him go from pursuing to chasing, AKA becoming a creep. Men have seen the screenshots where a man was shooting a shot and a woman felt it was inappropriate for him to holler at her, and she blasted him on social media for all the world to see. Men have seen men get accused of heinous things in groups on certain social media platforms. They have a very healthy level of fear when it comes to stepping up because they do not want to be accused of something that they are not. So they're saying, help us, help you. This is why in my course, The Dating Manual, I teach women specifically how to stay in their feminine energy while signaling to a man, come here, big guy. Let's keep this thing going. I like what you're doing here. My clients who employ these tactics have absolutely no problems with men pursuing. Matter of fact, many of them are getting married. Grab your copy of the dating manual if you haven't done so already. And guys, let me know in the comments, did I do you justice? I'm trying.
Modern women keep on pointing men to books. Oh, you don't know how to court a woman. You don't know how to pursue a woman. Do you know that? I think a woman said something about when Harry met Sally in a notebook and stuff like that. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not wasting it. I don't even know what Harry Met Sally is, to be honest. I know it's a movie, but I don't even know what it's about. I don't want to know what it's about. Because if you're talking about it as a modern woman, it's probably a humiliation ritual. Woo me, court me, over the course of an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. And really in the movie, you watch a whole hour and a half of a man in the context of a movie is probably months on years sometimes. A man trying to get this woman's attention. Walking, and it be walking up on a woman and compromising places, and a man and another man's arm in the club, arms in the club, sitting having dinner with another man, walking up, woman about to get married, walking in and kicking the door in to somebody else's church, ruining their stuff. They spent thousands of dollars. No, I can't let you marry him. This man is not going to get a refund back. He's not going to get his deposit back. But I want you just to abandon it all. Walk in there and come get me. Stupid. How come you didn't have that sort of consideration and that idea before y'all walked your stupid behind in that church house, in that courtroom? Oh, we about to go on a honeymoon, babe. I got this for you. I got this. How much it cost you, bro? Man, cost me a cool $5,000-$10,000. And in the ring, man, I paid about $3,000 for that. That's not chump change. But what modern women want is a man to continue to pursue, no matter what the circumstance. Embarrass yourself, trash yourself out, humiliate yourself. Give me the option to walk away from this man in front of 20. Never mind that some of these foolish women, be having destination weddings. You got to plan. You got to get off work. You have to buy a ticket. You have to buy a suit or a dress if you're a bridesmaid, whatever. You have to get dressed. You have to be prepared. And you're going to spend some money, and you're going to get some money or a wedding gift or something like that. Abandon all of it. Throw it all away. Throw it all away just to make me feel wanted. Oh, you're so right. I'm sorry. I really love you, and you've been really good to me. with a passion in what he's showing me. Oh, I really got to marry him. This is my forever person. And she expecting that man, she living at the altar to say, yeah, I just spent $15,000. It doesn't matter. Stupid.